Protests over language policy at Hoerskool Overvaal continue in Vereeniging. The school won a legal dispute barring 55 learners on the basis of its Afrikaans language policy. Hair and language policy protests have flared in several schools over the past 2 years, and learners say these policies are archaic and outdated. Dr. Rajendran Govender is an anthropologist and social cohesion expert. He joins us now from our Durban studios. Good afternoon, Doc, and thank you for your time on the SABC News Desk.
Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to the viewers.
Doc, racial tensions flare again. What should we be doing at school and indeed departmental level to diffuse the situation?
Okay, at school level, there is an absolute need to relook at the existing policies that exist in schools, examine it, and try to transform those policies to meet the racial, cultural, and religious needs of communities. Basically, the school governing body, together with the educators and the learners, should come together as a cohesive unit and look at those strategies that's going to have an impact on the racial policy of the school. Now, what's happening? Schools are still existing or working on policies that are predated. They need to radically transform those school policies to accommodate the new needs of a democratic era.
Doc, unfortunately in the Overvaal situation, there's been a breakdown in relations between the school governing body and parents and the community. So this presents the challenge on how do we best manage social cohesion challenges like this one and diversity at school level, because clearly certain communities are still very resistant to the universal values of non-racialism and peace. And on the surface, it's about language, appears to be about language, but it has brought deep-seated racial tensions to the fore.
Yes, this incident at Overvaal is similar to many other incidences that happened throughout the country in Kliptown, in Wentworth, although in this case, language is seen as the real cause of the racial tensions, but it's much more than that. So what is very, very important is for all the relevant role players to come together to ensure that there is a clear understanding of the needs and aspirations of the new learner in a new democratic era. Now, the situation in Overvaal could have been avoided if the school has transformed its language policy. And not only the school itself, but it had to have a buy-in with the community, with the other role players. When those policies are done, then there will be easy acceptance of the new changes, and that is the real crux. What is happening here? We are finding reactive problems, whereas we need to curb it very, very much longer than when it happens. And that's the only way when we can do it is to have dialogue, meaningful dialogue with all the relevant role players to come together to develop policies and guidelines that's going to take the school forward. The school in Overvaal the situation in Overvaal can be easily resolved if there's meaningful engagement with all the role players.
Doc, very quickly, we are running out of time. What should a cohesive, unified society be characterized by? Should there be a sense of belonging, a shared vision for the future? Because most of South Africans, we don't know what the look and feel should be given our painful and divisive past.
Yeah, South Africa is in a very unique position. It is a country that is very democratic, but it encompasses a situation where we have different cultures, different race groups, different linguistics, and different religious groups. Now, it is very unique. So what a socially cohesive society is when all those relevant role players can sit and meaningfully dialogue over the table without having any prejudices against each other. And what is happening now, schools, together with the Department of Education, must find innovative strategies to engage people, because the more they understand about racism, the more they can eliminate it. And if we do not have this meaningful dialogue, then I'm very, very sorry that we're going to have this problem arising over and over again. And the only way we can do it is to immediately work on innovative strategies to ensure that we live in a very democratic era, but our unique identities must be preserved and respected together with the minorities and the majority people in this country.
Dr. Rajendran Govender, anthropologist and social cohesion expert, joining us from our Durban studios in KwaZulu-Natal. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us so generously on the SABC News Desk.